All right. Let me post this real quick. All right, all right, all right, all right. Whoa! I went too far back. What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing tonight? It's been a while. I haven't streamed. I want to say it's been like a month, maybe a month and a half. I don't know. I've been cooked, as the kids say, right? Um, just going through some woes, right? I signed up for a project at my job, and it's taking a little bigger toll than I thought, and I'm doing this project a little bit longer than I thought. So keeping me a little bit busy, keeping me wanting to just kind of chill when I get home versus doing this. The Raider page is kind of like an escape from just real life stuff, and I haven't been too happy with the free agent signings, and so that also maybe had to do with it. I don't know. I'm also kind of been trying to build my own media company, right? I've said it before. I'm not into doing this Raider thing to make money or anything like that. If it comes, obviously it's accepted, right? But that's never been the goal. What's up, ONT6? How you doing, brother? My goal is to use the Raider page to practice my online marketing and seeing what I can build for other brands. And that's kind of what I mainly probably ever use the Raider page for. This logo right here is for my company, and I've been getting booked a little bit more as well. So between that and we also are like fostering a dog right now that we found that's like huge. So that's taking a toll, but good things to come, right? Lots going on, lots of work to be done. And so, can't complain, but just trying to manage and schedule everything appropriately. So, yeah, that's cool in the personal life, right? In the Raider page, I dropped my Taiwan shirt, which in my opinion was a success, right? It dropped a little quicker than I thought. I sent Ty a logo of the original shirt, and he like made a huge order, and I was like, "Whoa, bro!" Like I don't even know how to make the shirts yet. I haven't even pressed them. I haven't even tested them out. So, kind of put me into gear to get that ball rolling. Ended up, being ready to take Taiwan's order, which was pretty huge. And then, about a week after he got his order, I dropped the shirts for everyone. And it was cool. It wasn't anything too big. Wasn't trying to, like I said, make money off it or anything like that. Just kind of practicing my marketing skills for the shirts and stuff like that, just so I can, work on my personal stuff. Moving on to this off season, right? I'm not too happy with the moves. Like I don't care how cheap they're getting these guys. I've seen them go cheap before. It doesn't work out typically. And I try not to be like a negative Nancy, right, on these pages. I try to. It's the whole point of the millennial thing is I can just talk about other stuff versus current Raider events. And so, I don't want to be that guy. I feel like I was that guy last year with, wanting Devontae Adams gone before the season started. Wanting Antonio Pierce not to be there, and it's not fun going back and forth with a fan base that I love. So I don't want to post too much about current events in the Raiders just because I don't I don't have too much great things to say. Now moving on to what's inspired me to come back, right? We've done some pretty cool things. The number one thing is Stuart Schwager. Stuart Schwager commented on my Derek Burgess video and said that he sent it to DB. And I've been going through a funk on my Raider stuff, right? I haven't been inspired to make the edits or make the posts that I like making, and so I just took a break. And that comment where Stuart Schweiger commented on the Derek Brook post, he posted that he sent it to him, and that kind of like slapped me in the face, like, you know. 10-year-old, 8-year-old me would be going crazy right now if I got a message from Stuart Schweiger saying that he sent a video that I made to Derek Burgess. And so, that definitely got me sparked up. I made a Stuart Schweiger video. He loved it. And he ended up reaching out to me. So we got to talk the other day, which was incredible, And so it's pretty dope that, I get to kind of go through those experiences and kind of, make younger me proud, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of been the update. I'd love to get more consistent on this. I'm gonna definitely try to. We got some stuff to react to today. We're reacting to some posts that I've seen. These might be old just because I've gathered them over the last couple weeks. And then we'll be watching the Darren Waller interview with John Gruden because why not? All right. So we're going to do the reactions first, and let's go.
Draft picks this year. Best available player. Maybe they go by need. John's.
Whoa. We're going to restart that.
How will the Raiders make their draft picks this year? Best available player. Maybe they go by need. John Spytek breaks it down for you right here.
I mean, I think we're going to make the best decision for the Raiders. And yes, we're not going to pass on, elite talent because we maybe have a couple guys at that spot, but we're certainly not going to just force picks because we need a player, whether the public thinks that or we think that. Like, I've been a part of doing that before. I've had a chance to be around guys like Ron Wolf in my career. Like, they have all told me, my experiences told me, you do that, you just draft for need. You will draft guys way too early and you'll regret it. And you'll watch other guys that you may have wished you took at a different position, have great careers, and you've been like, if I just would have done that. So to me, it's more about team building. What's best for the Raiders? How can we make this work? It's not about collecting talent, and it's not about just filling a roster out either.
I thought this was a great answer by John Spytek. He's basically saying trust your board, trust your scouts, and go off of what they're saying because you might miss out on a great player just because you're going for a need.
I like that answer. I was just going to say that if you draft for need, then you're going to end up taking someone too early. I like that mindset. That's good talk. Let's hope we apply that. What else?
The titles and all that stuff is amazing, but I truly just want to win. I don't care about all the other stuff that that comes with it. Obviously it means a lot to me being a part of the Silver and Black alone. The history. I feel like, I've said it a million times. I feel like I was meant to be a Raider. I love being here. I love the people. And you look at all the legends that created what this brand is, and that's winning. Ted Hendricks, Marcus Allen, Charles Woodson, the guys like that, the ones that I look up to. That's what I want to solidify. And those guys are all about winning. So, it's one thing to be a face of a franchise, but I want to be a winner, and that's truly all that matters to me. So I know these guys are all about the same thing. The labels and all that thing, all that stuff is cool, but when we're not winning, it's like, what are you the face of? I want to be the face of winning, and that's truly all that matters to me.
He says that, then he took a third of our salary cap. So I don't know. He says, I want to win. It doesn't matter what comes with winning. No, he wants to win so he can be the ultimate superstar that he's searching to be. So good PR, good PR guy, whoever does it for him. But I don't know. I'm not taking this with a grain of salt at all.
The titles and all that stuff is amazing, but
Gruden's free agency. How do we swipe?
Is there some free agency redos that you can think of? Like, man, I wish I'd have made a different choice here, or a guy that you think of in that situation?
I don't want to blame anybody or come on some show like, we screwed this up. I remember the Khalil Mack thing. I came out of basically the booth to go coach the Raiders. And I don't want to walk into Oakland without my best players. But I didn't realize his contract was expired and he was an unrestricted free agent. And it was very difficult to get him re-signed.
Is there some free agency
All right. A couple things to take from that. I don't want to hear that I just came from the booth and went to go coach. You got a 10-year, $100 million contract. That's not a I just came out the booth and went to go coach type of contract. That is you got to know this stuff, right? Number two, I understand this contract was hard to get, but I mean, come on, man. Come on. Derek Carr went on record saying that he made his deal based around keeping Khalil. And so, nah, I don't know. I heard that was the friction between what's his name? Reggie McKenzie and John Gruden was Khalil was his guy, and he's gone. So I don't know what to believe here. We'll see.
Hey, we got a special thing. You got to open this in the Raider room.
The Raider room.
What the hell is it? Who's it from?
Bobby Romansky.
Bobby Romansky, the equipment man of the Raiders? You got to be kidding me. I'm running out of Raider gear. I mean, a lot of my Raider favorite players are gone, and I'm running out of Raider gear.
Damn.
Bobby Romansky, he didn't do anything tricky, did he? I'm going to open it up with my Raider helmet emblem.
Oh, that's a little
This is awesome.
beat up.
I get a little nervous. I'm getting a little emotional. You know that? Look at this. Right here in the Raider room. Got the great Al Davis right here. My favorite Raider, Jack Tatum, Jerry Rice. All my old game plans over here. Woo, I'm shaking. Look at this freaking thing. Now this is gonna bring tears to my eyes. Max freaking Crosby. I tell you what.
You're welcome.
You are the best, man.
That's so
This
crazy.
is the greatest
That's
gift
so
ever.
dope.
That's one of my favorite guys I've ever met, Max Crosby. What the heck? What the hell's this? What is all this?
Laundry loop.
That's our old laundry loop? What the hell did they put on this? You got to be kidding me.
That's our position.
all the
That's our
positions.
practice position.
So we go out there to learn the formations. You'll be the halfback. You'll be the H. Oh, God, there's the Z, the main vein of the passing game. That's what Tim Brown wore, the Z.
That's so cool.
Here's the X receiver, Andre Rison on the backside of trips. Jerry Rice and Tim Brown together. The F, the fullback, Spider 2Y Banana.
That's so crazy.
I can't believe they sent me these. The V, we only use him in 13 personnel. See if we got the Y. Where's the Y? There's another Z. You can see I wore his ass out in Z's. We had 3 Z's. The U tight end is the other tight end in 22 or 12 personnel. And now we have Darren Waller, the Y banana machine. What else they put in here?
John is so funny.
Raider hat. Remember I got in trouble for wearing this when I was coaching for Las Vegas? But I love this hat so much. They kept it. All the Raider gear. It's just gonna make me cry. I love it. Who's your favorite team, Clay?
My team?
Yeah.
Oh, the Raiders.
Yeah. Jeff, who's your favorite team?
Once a Raider, always a Raider.
God damn right, man. This is freaking phenomenal. This is the
Yeah.
greatest. This is the greatest NFL box of all time. Would you look at this? Just look at these dry fit Raider. You know, when you say silver and black, close your eyes. What do you think of? Raiders. That's exactly right. Let's go put Max up down here in the hallway. God, I feel good again. Pete Carroll. Whoa, Geno Smith's in town. We got the draft coming up. We got Malcolm Kuntz, and we got Max Crosby, and we got Christian Wilkins coming back healthy. We're going to have a pass rush that replicates the great ones in Raider history. Come on, I'll show you where I'm putting this. Where's my Max Crosby jersey? Let's go this way. Here, We got our favorite Raider teams of all time right here. Favorite rated teams. We keep them all here. And now we got the Max Crosby. We'll let Jim Otto stand alone. First game in Vegas history. Last game at Oakland Coliseum. We got screwed by the refs in that game, by the way.
You should have went for it.
Sorry, I might offend somebody. And then we have Max Crosby. I'm probably going to have to – I can't move Reggie White, but I got to put him up here next to Tim Brown, Charles Woodson, Willie Brown, Biletnikoff, Gannon. I love it. Thank you, Bobby Romansky. What?
Mo, Adam, and Bobby.
What
Get
is
rid
that?
of Montana. What the hell?
Oh, man. You know, when I was in Oakland, I learned about the Hocus. And I bought these Hocus for our offensive linemen, and I bought them for our coaches. And they all love the Hocus. Matter of fact, I bought some of the ugliest colored Hocus, and I loved them the most. But these Hocus, this is what you wear on the sideline when you're a coach, man. Black Hocus with trimmed in white. Looks great with a Raider shirt on and Raider pants and Raider shoes. The Hoka. Love it. Great day. Unbelievable. Wow. Hey.
Well, that was definitely some good selling by old Coach Gruden there. So, wish I can get a box like that. That was dope. All right. What do we got next? All right. We already watched that. What is this? Ugh.
Gino's career been. It's some ups, it's been some downs. Well, when coach comes in and says, I know how this guy's wired, I know how to reach him, I know what he's great at, I know where I need to support him, where I need to help him.
Raider Nation, Raider motherfucking nation, man. Hey, man, I was just watching this Laker game, obviously. But look, I was just looking at this fucking John Spytek video, as y'all just heard, and he's in fucking Pete Carroll went out on the limb for this motherfucking Geno Smith. He went out on a limb for Geno Smith. He fucking vouched for Geno more than I thought he did. He said, look, man, check it. I know y'all don't think much of him, but this is what I can get out of him. This is what this is what I know. I can get him the tick. Man, we better get the best Geno, man. Don't you fucking let Pete Carroll down, man. Geno, don't you fucking let Pete Carroll down, baby. Come on. This is the time. You got a whole lot of fucking confidence, and they're gonna fucking give you a fucking extension. Don't fucking let it down Pete Carroll, man. Or me, goddammit.
Gino's career been. It's some ups.
Yeah. I mean, well, I don't know why Pete Carroll would do that, but maybe Pete Carroll sees something we don't see, hopefully. Still don't know how I feel about Geno Smith. Well, I know how I feel. I'm not happy about it, but we'll see.
You know, we were trying to be involved in any possible player movement that there was out there at the quarterback position. And, you know, obviously there's a familiarity with coaching with Geno from Seattle, and really Geno played his best football for coach there. And, you know, when you've watched Geno through the years, he can throw the football with the best of any of them, honestly. I mean, you watch some of the throws he makes over and over again, downfield, you know, short, you know, intermediate, the touch is there, the arm strength is there. And, you know, when you have Coach Carroll in your camp and he can swear by the player, the competitor, the worker, you know, the leader, that's a front row seat, or that's information that, you know, if I was still with the Bucs, for instance, we wouldn't have. And, you know, so as we got into it and we evaluated the options in free agency, the other players that maybe were available via trade, you know, ultimately we arrived at a spot where we thought adding Geno made a lot of sense for us. It upgraded the position, in our opinion. You know, the compensation from a draft capital standpoint wasn't so costly. I mean, I love my picks more than anybody, and I got to remind Coach Carroll how much I love picks. But listen, we used the late third round pick to hopefully have our starting quarterback here for years to come, and it was just too good of an opportunity to pass up. You know,
All right. So, I mean, tell me if I'm tripping, right? And like, for real, tell me if I'm tripping. But I feel like we see the highlights of Geno Smith. Like, yeah, he can make throws. Big fucking deal. Like, all right, there's more to the quarterback than just making throws. They got to read the defense. They got to make adjustments. They got to be able to manage the game. And that's my question about Geno Smith. I haven't watched too many Geno Smith games because I don't really give a fuck. about Geno Smith. The only Geno Smith games I've ever watched are when we played him, and we used to beat the shit out of him. And so, yeah, I don't really know how I feel about this still. I mean, like I said, I know how I feel, but just let me know if I'm tripping, because I don't see it. You know, I'm not seeing it. So moving on. Wait a second. Are the new additions, Geno Smith, Raheem Mostert? He's old, right? Ian Thomas, we'll see. Fortune, Devin White, okay, pickup. See, I don't know, man. We'll see.
Raider Nation, Raider mother nation, man. Hey, Raider Nation, I was looking at this article earlier, and they were talking about how the Raiders still don't have a number one wide receiver and how they could possibly hit up the San Francisco 49ers to try to trade for Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk, 27. We already know, young beast. Unfortunately, he's coming off this ACL injury. Now, we know medicine nowadays, ACL is not yesterday's. Today's ACL is not yesterday's ACL. ACL meant fucking death back in the day. Now, come back bigger, faster, stronger. So, for us to make that happen, the Raiders would have to swap picks. Now, you look at the Cowboys, they got the 11th pick in the draft. Raiders got the number 6 in the draft. So, we get Brandon Ayuk for the number 6 pick, swap out that pick with the Cowboys and get the 11th pick, and we can still get other great players, right? It's still guys there. Obviously not your quarterback if that's what you're looking for, but if you're looking for corners, defensive players, shit like that, you're still right there, just outside the top 10. Now, keep in mind, he did just get the big contract, but that.
ONT6, to answer your question. Oh, I'm not even showing. I didn't even show you the clip. My bad. ONT6, let's watch this together, and then I will answer that question. All right, brother.
Raider Nation, mother nation, man. Hey, Raider Nation, I was looking at this article earlier, and they were talking about how the Raiders still don't have a number one wide receiver and how they could possibly hit up the San Francisco 49ers to try to trade for Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk, 27. We already know, young beast. Unfortunately, he's coming off this ACL injury. Now, we know medicine nowadays, ACL is not yesterday's. Today's ACL is not yesterday's ACL. ACL meant fucking death back in the day. Now, come back bigger, faster, stronger. So, for us to make that happen, the Raiders would have to swap picks. Now, you look at the Cowboys, they got the 11th pick in the draft. Raiders got the number 6 in the draft. So we get Brandon Ayuk for the number 6 pick, swap out that pick with the Cowboys and get the 11th pick, and we can still get other great players, right? It's still guys there. Obviously not your quarterback if that's what you're looking for, but if you're looking for.
So to answer your question on T6, see, I'd rather not go for a wide receiver one right now, just because I don't know how well Geno is gonna do, right? I would invest more in a running back, because I'm not comfortable with our running back room right now, and I don't feel like we have that number one guy to be the every down back and carry the team down the stretch through some woes. Wide receiver, getting a prime wide receiver is like a luxury, right? That's like a Super Bowl ready team, and we're just adding a piece. But a foundation is a running back, and I think we need a running back before we get a wide receiver. If we have a season where we pick up a running back and the whole time we just feel like we're one wide receiver away, like in 2022 when we went to the playoffs, we were just wide receiver away. That was a good feel. Like that's kind of how you build a team, right? You got to get your foundations. And so that's my opinion. I'm not comfortable with the running back room. Mostred or whatever his name is, he's old. I want someone strong. I want someone there. And that's how I feel. How you feeling about it, OT6?
Raider Nation, Raider Nation, Raider mother Nation, hey Raider Nation. About 3 months ago, Raider Nation, I said, man, because Tyreek Hill said, man, fuck all y'all. I want to get the fuck out of here. And I looked up and I said, Tyreek Hill, Jacoby Myers, Brock Bowers is Travis Kelce. This makes sense, right? This is before we had a quarterback. So everybody was like, why he want to go there? There's no QB there. There's no QB. Look, I ain't saying that Geno is fucking Aaron Rodgers because he ain't. I ain't saying he Jaden Daniels because he ain't. I ain't saying he Jalen Hurts because he ain't. All I'm saying is he can do some things. And he'll be living in Las Vegas, state-free tax. And it's Las Vegas. Who's mad about living in Las Vegas? Trust me, not a lot of guys are mad about living in Vegas. And I'm thinking this is something that can actually happen. Now, we've been fucking saving up this money, right? We made cap space. I know some of it's going to be for Geno's fucking deal. But it makes me think.
All right. I mean, similar things last time, right? We're not big on wide receiver ones, especially ones that cost so fucking much. I'd rather spend money, free agency, a running back, trade up to get a good running back in the draft, and then just take our chances, just, drafting in the later rounds for a wide receiver. So that's where I'm at with this whole wide receiver stuff. I don't care about a pass catcher. All right, OT6. This next one is a top 5 list. I didn't watch it, but I'm gonna give my opinion, and I want to know your opinion on OT6. So let's watch this one. All right, brother.
This is former first-round pick, Raider first-round picks in the history of first-round picks.
History.
So Brock Bowers from 1 through 5. Which spot would you put him in?
4?
Oh, 4. Okay.
You might throw some big names out there. I don't know.
Darren McFadden.
5.
5. Okay.
Darren McFadden 5. All right, let's see. Let's see this list. All right.
Amari Cooper.
Okay, not too bad. 3.
Nnamdi Asomugha.
Son of a bitch. This is. I'll go 2.
And then Jamarcus Russell.
My shit is
There you
not
go.
me.
So you got Jamarcus Russell, Nnamdi Asomugha, Amari Cooper,
Hey,
Brock Bowers.
All right. For me, I mean, Darren McFadden's got to be number 1, right? It was just an era, He is the only Raider, I think, to have a commercial with Ice Cube, because it was the DMC era. I mean, come on, that was ridiculous. So Darren McFadden is going to be number 1 for me. We'll go Nnamdi number 2, just because Nnamdi was one of the greatest, cornerbacks in the league for a couple years during some rough times. Number 3, I will go Brock Bowers. He has potential to be number 1 still, which is great to see. Number 4 will go Amari Cooper. I've never been big on Coop. Yeah, we'll just move on from that. And then at number 5, be Jamarcus Russell. So, yeah, that was a good one.
He wasn't too bad.
That was good.
Yeah, but
Jamarcus
Russell
could have been great, though. He could have been great.
Yeah, in another lifetime.
This is former first-round pick, Raider first-round picks.
All right, OT6 for you out there, and let me know what you think about that list. It is time to move on to the Darren Waller interview. Woo! All right. I'm gonna watch this. We'll talk about it, and then I'll probably be done for the night. So, if you're still out there watching, I appreciate y'all.
FCA, we are honored to have one of my all-time great favorite players, Darren Waller. It's great to be connected with you again, man.
Yes, sir. Good to see you.
You know, I've been worrying about you. I think a lot of your fans have been worrying about you.
Right.
We know that you overcame a lot of adversity as a young man. You turned yourself into a great tight end, and all of a sudden you disappeared from football.
Right.
You had a divorce, and you've been underground. No one's been able to find you.
Yeah.
Can you update us on how you're doing and what you're doing?
I'm doing great, man. Probably the best I've ever been. I've been outside a lot, been at a lot of national parks, just, laying low, making music, being with family, being with friends. Just a much more chill lifestyle, but I'm doing great. Honestly, I feel better than I've ever been.
You reinvented yourself as a football player when you came out after your drug problem. You beat that. You came out of that. You reinvented yourself as a great football player. Yep. What are you reinventing yourself as now?
Just the man that I want to be the rest of my life. Not necessarily about, what my life's going to look like, what it is I'm going to achieve, but more so like, who is the man that I'm going to become? Who's the person I want to be each and every moment, each and every interaction I have with somebody, anything I'm putting my heart and my soul into, I want it to be excellent. So I'm just trying to carry that over from the field to everything else I'm doing.
I meet with a lot of young players here. I'm still coaching, even though I don't have a team. And I bring your name up all the time. You can fucking do anything if you put your mind to it and you find people that believe in you. And I think you're a great symbol for a lot of guys out there that are going through similar struggles that you have had. And when you went to the Giants, you changed your number to number 12. What did that symbolize?
For me, 12 Steps is a program in recovery that helped me change my life. And the principles that are in it are principles that I still, live by today. And people that are in sobriety, in recovery, that are in that similar program, look at that number and it means something to them. So I felt like the fact that I got to change my number, a lot of tight ends aren't wearing, probably thought I was crazy for putting on a quarterback number, but it meant a lot more. It was to represent those people and be like, hey, you see me out here, whatever the NFL looks like to you in your world, your profession, your craft, you can bounce back and do that too.
Mental toughness. So you got to have mental toughness to beat any of these demons.
Totally.
I've been through adversity, lost my job, lost my mom, had my hip replaced. You got to get up, man. Can you just maybe reach out to some of the young men that are out there, young ladies that are listening, that are fighting adversity? What's your advice to them?
I would say embrace the adversity. A lot of times we spend a lot of time resisting the adversity when adversity is the thing that ultimately molds our character, makes us tougher mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. Without that, there would be no hero's journey. There would be no story without the ups and the downs. We got to know what both sides feel like. And that adversity is only going to make you a better person, only going to give you more experience, and only going to make you more of an example for other people to follow when they go through tough times.
I look at your body, man. You look like you could still roll pretty good, man. I know you're doing that CrossFit stuff. What are you doing? Tell me what you're doing now.
It's High Rocks.
High Rocks.
Yeah, High Rocks is a big movement. I'm doing one at the end of May in New York. I'm training for it. It's nothing to be played with, but
is there any chance you'd come back and play?
No.
What if I got a coaching job? Would you come back and play for me?
The only two people I will listen to, I will say, is you and Frank Smith are the only two people I will hear out and give them my ear.
Miami doesn't throw it to the tight end, man. You ain't going down there.
They got sports cars down there, man. They got everybody down there running 4.3. You got to
no doubt you fit in good with that crowd.
Yeah.
What's your routine? What are you doing now? When you wake up in the day, what is a day in Darren Waller's life right now? What are you doing?
I'm usually waking up between 6:30 and 7, meditating, praying, going for a walk, getting on a 12-step meeting at least 4 or 5 days out the week. Then get into workout and get into the High Rocks program. I'm doing a lot of reading, a lot of writing, a lot of producing, getting into my music flow. I'm playing the piano, trying to keep the piano tradition going in the family a little bit. So trying to get better at that. Spend a lot of time in my backyard like you do.
Mm-hmm. What's your greatest memory of the Raiders, the time that you were there? What do you remember the most and take away with you?
It's really just the times with the guys. the meetings with you, man, all the meetings were it was like a Netflix stand-up special. Man.
Yeah, I'll tell you, we had some fun, didn't we?
But
yeah, I mean, I can imagine, right? Like Gruden is just entertaining, right? And Hard Knocks was entertaining as fuck. Bro, just like imagine working with that every fucking day. Like Gruden is a psycho, you know? That's so real.
yeah, just all these guys. Like I was talking to Jeff about it. It's like we all have these different personalities, but we all meshed together so well, and we're all moving in the same direction. And it was just so much fun to come to work every day. In that 3-year span, I loved it. But outside of that, I don't think I ever really loved the game like that. But you guys helped me find it, and I really appreciate that.
Well, there's a lot of people out there that are curious what could have happened if we got Antonio Brown in the mix. Tell the fans out there what it was like on that weekend when we got in the huddle with you and AB and Josh Jacobs. We had a pretty good army.
I don't know how that might have been. I mean, you talk about greatest shows on turf.
Yeah, that was fun.
That dude was on the way to being the greatest receiver of all time. Yeah. The way that I was rolling in Josh Jacobs is Josh Jacobs and Hunter.
God, what a fucking tease, right? Oh man, Antonio Brown, man, what the fuck? Jesus.
Renfro.
Yeah.
Big Foster Moreau, big Gulp.
You know, there's a lot of tight ends. There's a lot of guys I'm watching in this draft getting ready, and it's that time of year. Not many guys block anymore, these tight ends. They're all out on the perimeter running bubble screens. It pisses me off. You know, I get it. But I want you to just remember the conversation we had about for us to use your receiving skills and let you do all the things that you want to do and can do. Right. You got to block the C gap, and you got to pass protect once in a while so we can pick up some blitzes. That's hard from a guy like yourself who was a wideout at Georgia Tech. What's your advice to young tight ends to make the big time like you did?
The biggest thing I learned, I feel like, is when you're willing to give a lot to the team, you're going to get a lot in return. I feel like that's just like an overall life principle. So it's, and looking from the perspective of, it's not that these guys are Gru's a dickhead and just wants me to just put my face in the fire. It's like, no, like you're helping our tendencies out on offense. Because if you go in there and every time you go in there, it's a pass, it's pretty easy for the defense to scheme up. But if you go in there and you mix it up, and you get in there in the run game and do some dirty jobs, it's only helping you be able to get the ball more in early down situations, third, that whatever it is. Like there's more situations for you to get the ball, and the defensive eyes aren't completely on you. So it helped me to be able to get in there, but also help the team. And when you give, you're going to get a lot in return.
The last thing I have is I remember coming up with routes that I really never called before or never seen before for you. Weird routes. Return routes, choice takeoffs, strange things tight ends normally don't do.
Right.
And your ability to be a musician and come up with these great beats and these lyrics, you're a creative guy. A lot of people don't ever get to see a dress either. You wear some weird stuff, man. You got some creative things. Yeah. Look at your tattoos, you see.
Some weird stuff.
But you brought that to your route running. You had a creative route running style, even on a simple shallow cross or a stick route. Can you just maybe speak on that a little bit, the use of creativity when you see and think about how to run your routes?
Yeah, I mean, you got to go from the routes just running lines on paper to putting your own personality, putting your own sauce on what you're running, because then, you know, it wakes something up in you. It lights a fire, that challenge of like, okay, how many different ways can I run this route? Because I'm going to see a lot of different looks by the defense. So it just gets your mind going. And when you're challenged like that and locked in, and you got a coach that's, you know, feeding you and believes in you, it just, how could you not love it? You know? So it's like, I always thought the game comes alive. My game comes alive when I put my own personality on these routes. I got to know the basics. I got to know the mechanics, got to know the route depths, the proper stems, the splits. But once I know all that stuff, and I'm able to put my personality into those routes, it takes it to a whole other level.
I love you, man. I miss you. I tell you what, it's so great to see you again. You're always welcome at the Gruden house.
Oh, man.
How do you like my house?
Oh, it's dope, man. Good dog, man. Good backyard. Got a gator right there, looking at us, dead in the eyes.
Did we have a good cigar last night?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So here at the Barstool, you know, I got this new job here at Barstool. We got some new gear. I got my Feeling Nicey shirt. How about this Fired Football Coaches Association hat?
Fired
that
football
out.
players, man. I've been fired before.
Yeah, you haven't been fired. Look at this.
Yeah,
I got it in black, silver and black, like the Raiders.
Let's fucking go.
How about this right here? A T-shirt.
What size is that?
That'll fit Cindy.
I'm about to say
This is look. We got the Barstool logo on the back. We got the little pocket on the front. You can't have this
Pocket, we
one.
in there.
We got.
Yeah, I ain't fitting the largest, bro.
Let me see what else I got. He got it in white. What do you think?
It's not bad.
What do you mean it's not bad? How about a sweatshirt? A hooded sweatshirt on a day like this.
Give me a 2X. We loaded. We good.
2X, you got it, man. How, You just take me to the CrossFit. Just keep
Going to
working
High Rocks,
on your
man.
music.
Look at
Let's.
that bicep, man. It's a pretty good bicep you got there.
I've been working on these. Now let's just listen to that new track. Tell me the name of it.
It's called Top Play.
And who helped you write the lyrics?
Man, the greatest ghostwriter himself, John Gruden.
That's
man.
right. How do we turn it up? I need to turn it up, man.
Nah, don't even give him a warning. They got reaction shit, man. It's the first thing I wrote since Japan, so it might get real spooky.
You know, we got some new gear here with Barstool. And that song that we got, that we're cutting here, it's got me feeling nicey, man.
Tell me about nicey, man. Explain.
Nicey.
That's the Gruden glossary. What is nicey?
Come on, man. Every week I got things that make me feel nicey. Like tight ends going for over 100 yards, quarterbacks shredding, defensive touchdowns, interceptions, whatever. Somebody that shreds. It got me feeling nicey.
I love it.
And that beat, that reuniting with Darren Waller, it's got me feeling nicey, man.
sir.
Thanks for coming down all this way to see me.
Love
Love
you,
you, brother.
So the box is like the big deal, the big draw, huh?
Tell them how many hits the Raider box got.
8 million across everything. It's crazy. 2X.
Yeah, you can have all this Raider
Let's
gear.
get it.
And if you couldn't tell, then no one here's wearing 2X besides you. So
Let's fucking go.
There you go. It's good CrossFit stuff.
Georgia Tech send you a box, man. Forward that to me.
Can you get Georgia Tech to send something?
Brent Key? Send the box, man. What we doing?
Hey, we can't get any Georgia Tech gear here.
Brent
What
Key,
the?
man. Send the box.
Yeah.
All right. Not the most interesting interview.
Man, I want to talk.
I wish that one day John Gruden and Antonio Brown can do an interview. But all right, y'all. That's all I got for tonight. It was a pleasure. Have a great night.